What's up, y'all? Today we're going to be building this panel that a co-worker asked me to make for her. And I gotta say, before we get started on this, that I do not promote using a panel on a kid, but I am not opposed of it. You know, each kid is different, and I think it depends on the child as to how you discipline. So with that being said, let's get into the video. The board she wanted me to make it out of, I think, was from a pallet, and it measured 24 inches long by 2 7/8 inches wide. The two main things we was trying to do is get the thickness of the panel to a comfortable size, and also getting the handle cut down to a comfortable size also. This gave me a chance to try out the blades that I swapped over on my planer, and seemed to work out pretty good. So if you've tried waxing the bed on the planer and it still seems like there's a resistance when you feed the material through, good chance your blades needs changing. And this is probably one of the best features I like on the workstation that I've built, is how the planer tucks up under it when you're not using it. So we've got it planed down to a 1/2 inch thick, and we're going to cut the handle 1 3/4 inches wide by 5 inches long, and use the paint can to round the corners. Now we're going to get a clamp so we can clamp the workpiece to the workbench, and take our jigsaw to cut the handle out. And you could also use a bandsaw if you got one. I just decided to go with the jigsaw. This was the first project that I've made since I have finished the miter saw station, and I really wanted to use as many tools that I had stored in it to see how it helped the flow of the shop out. Now we're going to use a spindle sander to clean the edges up, and this is something else I was glad I done. I incorporated it into the miter saw station, and that helped save some floor space. Now we're going to round over the edges of the handle with a palm router, and you could actually do this with a palm sander and I think get almost the same results. And now we're going to give it a light sand with a 220 sandpaper and get ready to put some stain on it. And now for the stain that we're going to use on it. I picked a Special Walnut by Minwax. I think this gives it a pretty good color without being too dark. And then we'll come back over that with some polyacrylic. And to tell you the truth, I think I put about 6 coats of polyacrylic on there. I've only used it one other time before that, but if you're using this in a closed environment, inside or where you don't have a lot of ventilation, the odor is not too bad. And it's also water-based, so it's easy to clean up. I hope y'all enjoyed the video today. I know this was a simple project to do, but it did give me a chance to work on the miter saw station and see how the flow was going to work with the shop. And I gotta say, I hope she never has to use this on her son. Maybe it'll sit in the corner and he'll see it, and it will just inspire him to do better.